nothing tastes as good as fresh lychees. Nothing. Hi, welcome. My name is Kathy. I am the owner of Eels, an online plastic-free store. And if you're into plastic-free living, sustainable living, zero waste living, then you are in the right spot. Today, we're going to be talking about all things lychees. These beautiful lychees that have come from up in the Tablelands region, so they are local lychees. And having grown up in far north Queensland, I absolutely love lychees. And as my husband brought these lychees home to me, and so many of them, I needed to do something with them. I like to dehydrate foods so that I can keep them for a long time, and I've never dehydrated lychees. I also looked up dehydrated lychees online, and I found two different options for dehydrating. Now, what I would have done had I just not read anything online is simply cut the lychee or remove the lychee from its nut and dehydrated it just like this. Just air dry it out, and I'm sure it would be absolutely delicious. And we are actually going to do that today. But I also saw that the Chinese sell their lychees dehydrated whole. Taking a bunch of these lychees and giving them a little rinse, and these we're going to dehydrate whole to see what the difference is going to be between a lychee dehydrated without its peel and a lychee dehydrated with its peel. I'm going to put these in a little bit of lime juice just to make sure it keeps its color. Let's get started. Lychee nuts, or lychees as I like to call them. Some of you might like to use gloves while you're doing your cutting process. Some people don't find touching fresh fruit to be a good idea. I just wash my hands beforehand. If you do want to use gloves, I would obviously recommend using something that is a compostable glove. That's if you're going to use a disposable glove, to use something that is compostable. And on our online store, eos.com.au, we do sell home compostable gloves. Now, these are certified home compostable, and I have put them in the compost several times. So far, I haven't found them in my compost pile when I dig it up. Well, when I have dug it up to add more compost in. So I would say, so far they passed the compost test. Two trays of lychees that have been soaked in the lime juice in the dehydrator, along with a tray of whole peels, of whole lychee. I'm going to do some more peeling, but these are going to be for the frozen lychees. Probably peel half of that bowl of the lychees, and I am probably do just a couple more to fill this tray up before I freeze them. But, been peeling these lychees for over an hour now, so I'm a little bit over peeling lychees, but I think we're going to fill the rest of that tray up, pop her in the freezer. Usually I leave them for a couple of hours. I'll take them off this tray because they'll be frozen enough, and then transfer them into whatever container I'm going to store them in. And as I have been able to save a little bit of juice here, I think I'm going to make myself a little lychee smoothie because I'm about to hit the gym soon. So I might put some fresh lychees in there, some yogurt, see what other fruit I have in the fridge, and give myself a nice smoothie drink with some fresh lychees. We have 3 different ways of preserving lychees. We did them in the dehydrator, peeled and pitted, and this was the end result. Very good. These taste quite chewy. They look a little bit like fried onions. And they're a bit candied as well. So that's one. And then the next one we did was putting them in the freezer. They taste like the freezer, so not great. And then these were done in the shell. Use a knife to open that. And inside, these were put in the dehydrator for as long as the peeled lychees were. And inside these are still moist and fresh, as you can see. All it did was shrink them down a little bit, and the flavor is quite sweet. So they are your 3 options of preserving lychees. I'd say that this is probably the best option, but you'll have to eat them quite quickly because they probably won't last too long in the fridge after they've been dehydrated. They won't get hard like most dehydrated fruits, so you won't be able to store them in the cupboard. 3 ways to preserve lychees.